Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. Yesterday I got the utility connections figured out up there. Today I gotta get them in. Got a few days before it's gonna rain, and I'm really hoping I can get this done today. Oh, this vent is on. I have to shut that off. It's blowing in my face. So I got the water coming out right here, and that's so it goes into this bay correctly. So I want to come right through the wood right here. So what I'm going to do, I can see it pretty well over here. I'm going to do my fittings. I'm going to cut this out here, cut it down and over and get rid of some of this foam. This is great stuff foam, and there was no way I could get my piece of duct like strapped in here. It was just too tight. So I put the piece of duct in there and foamed around it, and it glued it in just perfect. This is really great stuff. Good name for it. But anyways, I'm going to cut this down, chip away some of this stuff. This back here, this 2x4 is the drop ceiling in the bathroom. This is just like a rim board for that. You can see one of the other cross members. It's all just 2x4s. Not a real big bathroom. But I still don't want to cut into it. So what I need to do first is I need to figure out the distance between this line and the center line of this pipe. I think I'll just put a framing square right here and then measure from the center. I can go behind the framing square and I can get it pretty good that way. Then, or actually I really need to measure to the side of this pipe, because once I put an elbow on there, the pipe goes to, the length would be to the side of the pipe, not to the center line. And then I'll have to do the deduction on this side too. I want it to hit real close to the center here, but what I'm going to do is, once I get this all soldered up, this part soldered up, I'm going to put it in place, like just hold it onto here and see where it hits over here, and that's where I'll drill my hole. Actually, the hole's going to be out here in the center. I got a cat up here with me. Oh, she'll go in the... No, you don't. This is Tater. Usually it's Maisie who comes up and helps me work. I don't know if I trust her. She's not as cat-like as Maisie. She's kind of a little scaredy cat, and well, she's just a year old, so she's still a baby. Okay, so I'm going to start doing some measuring and getting some pieces of pipe cut, and I'll do all my soldering down here with MAP gas. And I'll show you a bit here. Now she really wants to get in there. Not happening, cat. No. I will cut in here and there to show you. Just like yesterday, we have so much going on that it's just incredible, and this has to get done today. I really got to get it done today, and then get that truss on here so I can move forward with this. So I will cut in here and there. Not going to do a lot of fancy filming, but you'll see what's going on. Okay, my bad. I'm not going to do the water first. I just thought of something while I was getting ready to start. The truss goes on right here, but if that water line's going to come out with the truss here, it's got to come out over the bottom cord of the truss, which would be out like that, and then it's got to go down the front of it and through this. So, and I need, oh, this is going to be pretty interesting. But anyway, the first thing that needs to be done is the electric. I need to get back there and cut that pipe off and roughly do the same thing, but it's going to be harder to measure. I gotta kind of guess at it. I gotta get over to here, come through, and make my way down here. And I gotta go behind here through the foam, behind this top plate. So I'm gonna start there and I'll check back in when I got something done. Alright, what I have done here now, I open this up down to the top plate for this wall and took out some of the foam. Now what I have, I cut out all of the pipe that came through this hole. Cut it right at the joint back there. That's my new piece in there. It's not glued yet. So what I want to do, I'm trying to get the right length. So everything's cut and just pressed together. Nothing's glued yet. So I'm at the right length. This is just a test piece, or kind of a marker piece. So I'm going to glue that joint back in there, slide this thing on until this is right on the line, and then I can pull this. I have a 90-degree elbow in there. Then I can pull that off. Then I can do the fitting for all this stuff. It's not going to be at a steep angle like this. Or it's going to be at roughly that angle, but once I get this one back there in, then I'll do the next ones, get everything fitted until it runs back here behind the wall. Hopefully all goes well. My Smurf tube is just kind of in there. The Smurf tube can go anywhere. Once this electric's in, then this duct has to come all the way over here, so the Smurf tube can probably come right next to it. And then I have that big scary water line to do. Oh, to measure this, I have this piece of garbage square that I had laying outside. I just put this up against the wall through the hole and stood it up on the top plate there. Hooked my tape measure in the wall. I hooked the tape measure to it and ran it over to that pipe, and then deducted the width of the leg and the fitting and stuff, added the fitting onto it, and bada bing, bada boom, it fits. So now, and make sure I got my ends sanded up real well, and I'm going to do that one joint, and then I think I'll come back in when I'm ready to go down through the opening here. Get this done real quick. The first joint is glued. I don't know if you'll be able to see that or not. Now, this 90 is not glued, and neither is this. So I will be able to pivot it wherever it needs to go. And then I'll get this one on. Hopefully this fits without too much problem. I might not be able to get the exact angle that I want. I might have to actually notch this a little bit, which is no big deal. But I don't think so. I think it'll actually work. Okay, I'm going to get this next piece on and then I'll show you what happened. The electric is done. Took way longer than I thought it would, but it's in there and it's a bazillimeter, within a bazillimeter of my hash mark. And when I put the next fitting on, it will be dead center. I got to come out, I got to put a mounting board, probably pocket screw it between these two studs somewhere down here, and then use whatever kind of, if an offset will work on this, I'll use an offset. Otherwise I know how to bend this stuff. You just put a cap on both ends, fill it with sand, put a cap on both ends, and then just gently bend it. If you need, figure out how much you need of a bend, and then you put it up on top of something that's that distance, and then slowly push the other side down until it's, well, I usually do it on the table saw. I'll show that if I need to, so I can get a bend that'll go exact to my box. And then when all is said and done, much later, this will all be filled with foam. I really should get something over it now so it doesn't get rain in it, but I can go from here to here, up under here, and that'll keep the water out. I don't want to do a whole bunch of work on this that's gonna be undone later. And I have to get at this end for some time now. I thought this was going to be a good deal easier than it was, so hopefully the next one is easier than I thought. I should probably bring my Smurf tube around and through this hole as well and keep my electronics together. Doesn't really matter, but that's probably what I'll do. This is the easiest of all of them, and that's the last thing I'm going to tackle. Okay, now for the water. First, I got to cut this back. I'm going to cut it back over to here, right to this line. Get rid of some of the foam. And I will pre-assemble everything I can, and then I got to bring it out. I do have to, yeah, I'm wondering, like I said earlier, I have to bring it up and over the bottom cord on that, so I might as well just cut this right where the bottom cord is and use this as a guide. Then I can come out and elbow down, and then once I put the cord in, I can do the next, slide the next part up through the top plate here and solder it in place. Oh, yeah, I can't do that. It looks like I gotta, looks like the next step is to put the truss in place. Yeah, this has to go through the truss. This is going to go around and through here. And this has to go around. Well, I can go through the foam and then just get it done with. But then I got to come back out of the foam. Yeah, that's a whole bunch of fittings, and I don't really want to do that. Okay, it looks like I need to get my truss in place. Well, I had lunch, and I came back and got the truss in place. And I went to go take a thickness measurement on the rim joist, and I came around the corner here, and look at that crap. It's raining off around the corner. I think there's a little bit right there too. I don't know if that's going to hit me or not, but I started putting stuff away, and you can hear the thunder. Yeah, that's going to hit me. Don't know if you can hear the thunder or not, but I'm gonna have to sign off. I better hurry. And I've been watching the weather forecast really closely because, you know, cutting a hole in the side of your building is kind of dangerous if you got rain. They're pouring concrete at the end of the road, so obviously they've been watching the weather as well. I think they just got done pouring. It's raining now. Yeah, you can see the rain coming towards us. I think maybe it's going to stop right after that. I think that concrete truck just dumped the last of their load. I think they dumped it in the end of my ditch down there. They better not have. Still dealing with all that concrete that got dumped over here. Well, I guess I gotta wait this out. That really blows. Literally. Okay, well, I guess I gotta wait and see what this is gonna do. Then I gotta come back, I gotta adjust that concrete truck. Concrete truck and lightning. Or not lightning, thunder. Okay, if this mostly blows over, I got to get that adjusted until it's exactly the right distance in on both ends so that it'll accept the rim board. Then I got to screw through it into the studs. Okay. I'm gonna get rained down real good pretty soon. Got to screw it in place, and then I could do the water line. Hopefully it's not all wet back here. It's already getting a little wet. See if we got any tornado-y looking stuff. Nope, just a good rain. Luckily it's coming from the right direction for my hole there. Alright, I will be back in just a bit and I'll let you know what happened. Looks like we might lose the 10 by 10 shelter. Nope. She helped. Look at that. little bit of sun. I think we're on the back end of this. All right. Yeah, I had to turn the camera back on because that was crazy wind and rain. I will yike. Oh yeah, that's some good rain. I don't know if you can even see that. There's a rainbow right behind the house. Alright, I'll check back in a little bit. Okay, storm's over. It's a sunny day again. Idiot weather, people. Okay, so now I gotta get this, I gotta throw a few screws in here just to hold it tight up against the building. It's not structural or anything. Once everything is put together, this becomes incredibly strong. So I just got to get it held tight in place. I got it spaced for the rim joists, which are going to go on. Well, as soon as I get this damn water in, I can start on getting trusses in the rim joists in. And the rim joists continue on up and get beefed up, and those turn into the parapet. And so I'll have to cut back that foam above the truss where the parapet goes. But again, that's for another day. Today I just got to get at least a couple screws into this, hold it up nice and tight where it's going to go, and then get back to the water. Okay, I just got everything opened up and got the towels out of the openings and got the drill and all ready to go. And I hear thunder again. That's more rain right there. It's raining right there, just north of us. So that is it. I don't know what the hell this is going to do. I can't keep putting stuff away and taking it out, putting it away, taking it out. So I'm going to wrap up. If you want to see the rest of this, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon so you receive notice when I post new videos. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you would give us a like and share the video, that would help the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching and have a great day.